What up? It's your homeboy Maul the Pimp, aka MTP, and welcome to another edition of Table Talk with MTP, the great debate. And the topic for today is oral sex a must in a relationship? Let me repeat that. Is oral sex a must in a relationship? And I have 5 guests. Miss Nori Nori, you heard her all across the radio airwaves on Power 94 in Chattanooga. Now she's up in Baltimore, Maryland / DC. So welcome, Nori Nori. Miss Neka Wells, homegirl I go back with. She's so cool. A high school classmate who I've known since I was 15, Miss TT Thurman. My guy, my road manager, and also the owner of Precision On Time Delivery, his own trucking company, Gerald, Toney, aka OG.
Oh.
And my dog, my nigga, one of the biggest DJs in the game, based out of Carolina, aka the Carolina King, the founder of the Down South Slang and Mixtape series. I'm talking about DJ Chuck T.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up? I got to give a special shout out to my sponsor, the M Group LLC. Let me tell y'all about the M Group LLC. The M Group LLC is an independent distribution company that offers essential services such as internet, home security, energy, identity protection, wireless, and more. Secure your homes and businesses. Get a free consultation from my homegirl, Miss Nori Nori. Email the mgroupllc@gmail.com to schedule your appointment. You can also visit www.isnorinori.com. Click the services tab to check out all the deals that they offer. Salute to my sponsor, the M Group LLC. Much love. Y'all go check them out. Yeah.
Everybody, welcome to the show. So again, the topic is oral sex a must in a relationship. People got different opinions on that, male and female. So before I get into the spiel, I'm just gonna go around with each person. Just give me a yes or no answer. Don't give me a explanation yet. Just give me a yes or no answer. Nora, is oral sex a must in a relationship?
It is a must.
Neka, is it a must in a relationship?
Yes.
Zero, is it a must in a relationship?
Yes.
TT, is it a must in a relationship?
No.
DJ Chuck T, is it a must in a relationship?
Most definitely.
I got to give a shout out to my sponsor, the Chattanooga Cigar Club. Again, the Chattanooga Cigar Club. Let me tell you all about the Chattanooga Cigar Club. The Chattanooga Cigar Club is Chattanooga's premier cigar and hookah lounge. Open Thursday through Sunday with ladies free on Friday and live music up until 10 o'clock. Keep in mind, you can also rent the building for your own events from Sunday through Wednesday. Shout out to my guys, D. Scott and Kurt at the Chattanooga Cigar Club. For more information, log on to ChattanoogaCigarClub.com. Again, salute to my sponsor, the Chattanooga Cigar Club. Much love. Yeah.
Okay, Nori, why could it hurt the relationship if that's not involved in the bedroom?
If that is what stimulates you, if that is what's important to you, you got to know your partner. So it depends on your partner, but most importantly for me, it is pleasurable. So why would I not seek to have the most pleasure in a relationship with someone I want to be committed to and hang out with and vibe with? I want just as much as our experience outside of the bedroom to be just as enjoyable inside of the bedroom, and that involves going down.
So let me ask you this, Nori. If you was willing to go down on your man, and he said he don't get down like that, is that a deal breaker? Like, okay, we can't be together. But you're in love with this guy. You're in love with this guy. But he says, that's not my thing. I'm sorry. It's against my religion, or I think it's nasty, or whatever his excuse is. He said, I just don't do it. But you know for a fact he's a good dude. He's the right man. He's a provider. He's faithful. He's honest. But that right there, he says, I don't do. Could you still fuck with him?
Ooh. Yeah, as of right now, the answer is no. And the reason it's no for me, because again, I do want a total package. Now I've been single for a long time. So did I consider it as you gave a description of this wonderful man? Absolutely. But am I encountering this wonderful man that doesn't want to give me oral? No. But I mean, I really like it. It's a part of foreplay for me. It's a part of getting my body ready. Like, my body follows my mind. And if my mind wants some oral and you're not delivering that, I'm going to be looking at you upset.
Yeah, man, you got to jumpstart the pussy sometimes, man.
Right.
Little vroom vroom. Little vroom vroom.
You got to jumpstart that shit sometimes, man.
Right.
You just
Everybody
can't,
don't wake up with the walk.
it don't work like that for 95% of women. You just can't go right on in. You got to jumpstart that thing.
It's true.
Neka, what's your reply?
I'm with Nori. I mean, she summed it up to the T. But as far as I can't imagine.
Speak on it, sis. Speak on it.
I don't know. I really don't think I could be in a relationship. You know, I mean, like she said, if that man exists, then that's all good. But pleasure is just, you know, and
Hey,
if
but
we get there, then I won't, like she said, all of it. I mean, it's I can't.
He a good dude. He just don't do that. Versus a dude that do that would be cheating on you.
You ain't say nothing about cheating.
Right. And
I'm saying you got a
a
man who says he doesn't do that, but he's everything you're looking for. Then you got a man that do that, which pleasures you, but he's a cheater, he's dishonest, you can't trust him and all that. So when you weigh it out,
How I know that though? How I know he a cheater, and how did I know that the good man's not a cheater? I mean, you could be good and still do wrong.
Exactly.
So, you know, hey, I'm just, you know, if that's something you like, that's like dating somebody. If you don't smoke, but you're willing to just be with somebody and they smoke and it disgusts you. I mean, not saying that it's disgust me that somebody wouldn't do it, but I haven't met that person or have come into that. I have not had that situation yet. So for me, it will be a no. I mean, if I meet that good man and he can change my mind, then hey, time will tell. But as of right now, I don't see that happening.
Gerald, you meet the woman of your dreams, bro, but she says she don't suck dick.
It's over with. It's over with. Like you said, I mean, it's kind of like you said. You brought the cheating up. That's kind of why certain men cheat. You know what one person won't do, somebody else will. So if you want your man to be your man, you got to do everything to please him, and vice versa. He got to do everything to please you. So if you pleasing her and she pleasing you, you ain't got to worry about no outside interference. Right. So she can be good, she can be all that, but if you want me to be faithful and you good, that got to come with it.
TT, I see the face you making, and you said
I just was laughing.
I mean, you said it's not a must. So explain why, TT.
I mean, it can go both ways.
Yeah,
it could go both ways. Like, some men don't like to do that. Some women don't like to do that. It just depends on your preference as far as your relationship. Relationships could mean different things too, like casual hookups. You might hook up, friends with benefits type of thing. We don't want a situationship, as you will, you know, if you will. Like, let's go with that. It could just be different things associated with that. Casual hookups, situationships versus long-term relationships. So it could be different things as far as that, as far as giving and receiving oral in that kind of situation. Like, some men may want to give and not receive, and some may want to receive and not give. I mean, it's just different with everybody when it comes to what they prefer. It's men out there that don't like it.
Don't like getting head?
I've heard it, like, you know.
Where he at?
I'm not gonna say
no. I homeboy who say it's all right, but you know.
Right. And I asked why. I did ask why he didn't enjoy it. He said because a couple of females that he's been with before, it was very unenjoyable. So he just preferred not to even go there.
They mean they didn't do it right. They mean they didn't do it right.
Right.
Yeah.
I was about to say it didn't sound like they was doing it right. He gets somebody that's on point. He might get a little addicted, but I don't. Because you know what I mean, really, like she said, I do agree with TT on that. It's not for like every relationship you in. It's not for hookups and just casual. No, it ain't none of that. Ain't nobody doing all that. But there, you know, I have had a situation where the man was horrible. I'm like, oh no, you know, like, you know, I know it's like chewing gum and all that, but you ain't really supposed to chew it up. That hurt, you know, it's horrible. Like, dude, you know, for real. So that can be true. If it's bad, then you will be like, the hell with this,
right.
you know. I don't even want it.
Now, TT,
like you said, that's a difference though.
I'm sorry.
Like you saying, situationships, it don't matter if you don't do it because you just casually hook up. Okay, you won't do it, but I go over here and get this from this person because we just casually hooking up. So it wouldn't matter that if we went out together and you didn't do it. So we just going out, just like you said, casual hooking up, 9 times 10, you got maybe a couple more on the back burner. So he might have some good dick, but he got some good mouth. So when I just want to get dick down good, I'm gonna go holler at him. When I want to go get ate out good, I'm gonna go holler at him. But once you bring it together and you're in that relationship, I feel like that's a must. That's a must in a relationship, not a situationship.
Now,
that's true, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, nigga. TT, you said situationships or whatever. It might not be necessary then, but if you're in a relationship with this dude, long term or married, is it necessary?
To me, it's not.
Okay.
It could go both ways with that too. Being in a relationship, like I'm a person conversation. Like when I've been in relationships before, I've had very uncomfortable conversations. It's something that you have to do, good or bad. And you just express to that person whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not, or you may tell them, well, this is how I've experienced it before, or something like that. But I mean, it's just not for everybody. I mean, I know people that have been in long-term relationships, married, and don't do it. Like, whether more so the woman, she just don't do it. Like, it's just not her preference of doing it. But her husband was okay with that. That was fine with him. He didn't care because he was more of a giver anyway. He really liked giving. So, I mean, it's just different for everybody as far as their relationships goes. I mean, if oral is your thing, do your thing. Like, I ain't got nothing against nobody doing. I mean, that's just, I don't care. But I mean, I just feel like it's not, as long as you have that conversation or whatever. And if your partner okay with that, then they okay with that. But that's just, I mean, that's just how I feel about it. I mean, that's just, everybody just don't care about it like that.
Neka, your hand up. What you gonna say, Neka?
Yeah, I'm on the TT with the person. You said like she don't do it. Is it something that she's done, or she's like never tried it? Did she try it and didn't like it, or she just wasn't even willing to try it?
Okay, so the whole thing with that situation was she had done it before, and I'm not gonna say she had a lot of partners, but she had enough to experience it, you know what I mean? So when she broke it down to me, which it kind of made sense a little bit, she said depending on the person, it was the smell, the taste. One time she even said it was the texture. It just completely like threw her off. And then another thing she said, she has a really bad gagging reflex. And she said it just kind of turned the whole situation off. It just made her feel uncomfortable with him, because she said she was looking at him like, is he looking at me like I'm crazy? Or, thinking I don't know what I'm doing because my gag. So she said she was just trying to limit how she was doing it so she wouldn't gag and stuff or whatever. But she said it just kind of made her uncomfortable and made her feel like she wasn't sexual enough. You know what I mean? And so that was the whole thing. And her husband said he was fine. He said he was totally fine with that. He said he get pleasure out of other ways in the bedroom with his wife. So, it's just different strokes for different folks.
DJ Chuck T, could you be with a woman who you married to, who you in love with? This woman got your heart, but she's not willing to do that. Could you eliminate that and say, fuck, we can work past that because I love you?
See, we wouldn't even get that far if she didn't get. Like, I can't even see myself getting to the marriage, falling in love, being intimate and all that if there wasn't no head involved. I know a lot of people on here have said, it's just not to do for anybody you're not in a relationship with and all that. I'm not getting into no relationship with no chick if I'm not getting no. Like, there's no way. And this is something that, is bigger than just the oral sex part. But when it comes to women, and this may take us somewhere for another conversation, but when it comes to women typically have this saying where they say, oh, I'll do that when I get married, or I'll do it for my fiance, but I'm just not gonna do it for like my boyfriend or any man. And that's why I feel like a lot of women, especially Black women, are single. Because with Black men, from my experiences, we really gotta put all our cards out on the table, before a woman will even consider being in a relationship with us. Like, she got to see skills. She got to make sure that, you know, she meets your family. You know, you good with your hands. You're a handyman. You know, you educated. You can hold a conversation. If you can cook, she want to make sure you can cook. She wants to see everything before she even considers letting you lock her down. But for most women, especially Black women, I always hear, yeah, I'm not gonna do that until I get married. And most men, especially Black men, we not going for that. Like, you're not about to put us in a trick bag to where we commit and then we start to see, wait, hold up, she really don't do this shit. Or she really doesn't do it well. You know, so I don't know. I have that same mentality. Like, I'm not committing. I'm not giving up my hoes. I'm not doing none of that. I ain't giving none of my hoes until I see that you are the female that is worth that. And yes, head is a part of that package. And you don't have to be amazing at it. You know, you just got to be willing to do it and be willing to take direction and correction, because everybody can grow. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can learn. Giving good head is something that, I mean, I haven't been with every woman, but I'm assuming, you know, every woman doesn't just start out the gate with the Got 3000 Twisted Wizard with the come down the balls and they snatchers. You know, I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of that stuff is learned. So as long as she willing to learn, so be it. Because I just know the type of man I am. Like, if that's what she want, I'm there. Spread them, baby. I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, look, we all grown though.
Right.
We all
talk that shit, Chuck.
You know, we all grown. I'm 40 years old. If I meet a girl and once I am comfortable knowing her and sort of just navigating around, you know, what's you know, underneath the surface, and I'm able to see that, you know, she a pretty decent girl. Like, my nose gonna tell me whether or not to do it at all. You know what I'm saying? When I get close enough, my nose gonna tell me whether or not to even touch it, you know? Right. But if it ain't got no smell and it tastes like water, baby girl, I'm in there. You know, I'm in there.
Hey, I gotta say, I'm gonna come to you, Nori, to reply to what he said. If I gotta say this, Chuck, based on what you just said, you say your nose gonna tell you. So say okay, with that being said, right? Say if you're in a relationship with this girl, you done gave all the hoes up, you done committed.
But if it already got a smell, like you going too far. We ain't even gonna get that far.
Okay.
We not that far, bro. We not getting that. Man, if it don't smell right, bro, ain't nothing we can do. Right. That's a bigger, that, like, a female's vagina will tell you a lot about her.
True story.
Like, about herself in general. You know what I'm saying? It'll tell you a lot about her, like her diet, her hygiene. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, a female's vagina, and I know this from just, you know, doing research, but if there's anything wrong with a female, 9 times out of 10, the vagina will let her know almost immediately.
I agree.
The vagina gonna let her know. So being that the vagina gonna let her know, I let the vagina talk to me as well. You know what I'm saying? but no, that's real. If you ask any OBGYN, any female who, you know, is pretty in tune with you know, her reproductive system and things of that nature, she'll let you know, yeah. You know, when my vagina telling me something ain't right, something ain't right. Whether it be the smell, whether it be it can't get wet, it get too wet. You know, it don't smell, and like you know, the color of the wetness, the vagina gonna tell her everything.
Yes, the color. That cream shit is not what's up.
Wait, hold on, the cream be cool, bro.
No, the cream is not what's up. It's supposed to be clear, Chuck. You better do your research, bro. That's supposed to be clear.
Look at how they looking at us, Bob. Look at how they looking at us.
We got 3 men and 3 women. We talking that shit right now. Nori, piggyback off what Chuck said. Where you at with, for the most part? Piggyback off what Chuck was saying.
I think a few things. I have a few things off of what Chuck said. I think the first thing is And it goes with what TT said. You do have to have a conversation about your requirements in a relationship, whether that's oral, whether that's whatever, whatever place you want to go with it, right? You do have to have those conversations so that everything's on the table. I do think that's important. And I know for me, it does take a minute till we get there. You know what I'm saying? So You're not just jumping in head first into a situation that you don't feel comfortable with. So you do have to have a little skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? To even get to that space. I think the other part is, yes, the vagina is a very telling thing. But the other part is the woman's body is so complex. And I say this because there are things that are out of your control that you do just have to go to the OBGYN for. And it has nothing to do with hygiene. It has nothing to do with what you're eating. It has all to do with what's happening on the inside of your vagina. And it's not STD related at all. And I do think that's a little bit of a misconception about the woman's body because it is so very complex. But at the end of the day, you don't want to have BV or trick or any discharge or anything like that. So vaginal health, going to the doctor, getting tested before you have oral, before you engage with, because to me, oral, you putting your whole fluids all together. There's no coming back from that. So it's amazing to me when people mix fluids, but then be like, well, we got to go do this and do that. And we only did oral, but we didn't have intercourse. And it's like, but you put your mouth on my vajayjay and I put my mouth on your dick. So can we be adults and have adult conversations? We going to the doctor? Like, we not going to the doctor. Everybody's just going to take a chance, take a risk. So I think, you have to be willing to have those uncomfortable conversations. If you are dealing with somebody that you like, when you start out, everything cool and Gucci, and then there is an odor later, you got to have that uncomfortable conversation. But 9 times out of 10, a woman know if that cooch got an odor, and you don't have to have nobody to tell you your cooch got an odor. Right. And that is the truth. And, again, men and women have to be willing to have these uncomfortable conversations about their body, because I wish I would go to suck a dick and it stank. I wish I would. Like, no. So you don't wash your ass and it drip to your dick. What happened? Because I need to know. I want to understand. So just like men like to come for us and our vaginas, I will come for a nasty dick any day. Like, what? No, we're not doing that. You didn't reach down there, like niggas love to tell us to reach down there and smell your shit. Well, okay, so you didn't smell your dick before you tried to put it in somebody's mouth? That's weird to me. So let's two sides of the coin. Let's talk about it.
OG.
Yes, sir.
What you got to say?
Hey, man, she absolutely right. She absolutely right, man. Because like you say, men quick to say, hey, man, that pussy stink. But like you say, you saying that. But then that also lets you know what type of dudes you messing with too. Because if you messing with a good hygiene type dude, you'll never run into that problem. Right. And vice versa for a woman. But if you want to mess, like you said, one of these street dudes or whatever, staying out, trapping all night, 2-3 days, ain't did nothing, they also want to have sex. You know what I'm saying?
I don't deal with men like that. I don't know what you speak of.
I'm just saying, not just you, just period. We talking about the whole world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got them type guys who does that. You even got guys who like to work out so much. They come straight home sweaty and nuts stinking, and hey, give me something. That's bad hygiene too. So it all, like I said, it all fits into what type of person, man or woman, that you dealing with to come up with these situations.
Chuck, what you gonna say, Chuck?
I said there's women who like that though, and men who like that too. They like it to have
sweaty ball. Yeah.
I want to find that person.
Yeah, I know a guy. I know two situations. I know a guy, his girl walking the door. It don't matter what she been doing. He's like, let's go to town. He is about that life. She's been like, no, I need to take a shower. No, I've been doing this all day. I want to get fresh. He like, no, I want it right now. I also know a man that does not like how vaginas look. He says he's not gay. He says he's like women. but he told me he doesn't like how vaginas look.
Now,
and I was like,
better than others though.
Right. You got some. I done seen some ugly ones. You got some ugly ones.
Yeah.
Meat
I mean,
blow it all out like a bomb done exploded down there. You get what I'm saying? Hair everywhere. With
not a bomb.
Yeah, I done seen some ugly shit in my days. I seen some ugly shit. Yeah, I seen some ugly shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Vaginal rejuvenation is a procedure that gets a lot of money now. Like when those doctors go in there and they start nipping and tucking and clipping and all that. I know a lot of doctors, like they advertise it because it's big business.
Wow.
You know?
That's true. That's
I
true.
guess it's 2 miles off. You know what I'm saying?
Neka Wells, you got this funny look on your face. What you think about, Neka? What you think about that look on your face like that?
I don't know how I'm looking, but I'm just, I'm just taking it all in.
This we got 2 minutes that we're gonna end up probably having to come back on. This is what I don't get right here, and you can answer this, TT, ma'am. When women say they don't do it at all, right? You feel me? Here go my argument. Maybe it's my tunnel vision or whatever. You feel me? I understand you saying you're not gonna do me because we're not in a relationship, we're just having sex. I understand you say you're not gonna do me because you don't know me like that. But don't sit here and look at me in my face and say, we 35 and 40 years old. Don't look in my face and tell me you 35 and 40 years old with 2 or 3 kids and you've never done that shit at all. I just don't believe it. You feel me? I just don't believe. You might have done it once and didn't like it, but you never done it not one time in your fucking life. I just don't be believing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I already just tell me you're not gonna do me. But don't say you never done that shit at all. You follow what I'm saying? So when I hear women say that, I be thinking, this motherfucker think I'm crazy. You think I'm gonna go tell somebody that you did it or something? You know what I'm saying? What's the reason for coming to me like that? You follow what I'm saying?
Baby daddies ain't got no husband.
Say that again, Chuck.
That's why they have 3 baby daddies. Like that may be one of the reasons they got 3 baby daddies and no husband. You know, niggas will get in and get out now. Niggas will get in and get out, no commitment when they see certain red flags. And sometimes if the pussy good, you just get caught up and you be like, God damn, shit.
That happens. That happens.
It happens.
Chuck, hold that thought, Chuck. Hold that thought. All right, so TT, I got a question for you. Let me ask you this. From a perspective of a woman who doesn't like doing it, are you against receiving it? Ain't that fucked up, Chuck and Gerald? Ain't that fucked up? Ain't that fucked up?
We gotta see her answer first.
So you're not against receiving it, right? You're not against that, right? Ain't it better? Ain't it better to give than receive? Ain't that what the Bible says?
Only at Christmas time.
Ain't it better to give? Neka, ain't it better to give than receive?
Only at Christmas time.
You should do me, and then if I don't do you, you should be cool with that because it's better to give than receive.
At Christmas time.
Really? That's okay. Now,
so, Nora, let me ask you this, Nora. I didn't mean to cut you. Let me ask you this. Based off what TT said, I'm gonna play. So, if a woman who's not willing to give, should you be off the table that you shouldn't receive?
Really, that's a question for a man on this panel. But I think it depends on what is pleasurable for you. Again, there are some people who get turned on by giving, right? And there are some people that get turned on by only receiving. So that is a discussion you have to have with your partner. But I mean, I'm team reciprocity. So I enjoy giving just as much as I enjoy receiving. So at the end of the day, for me and my partner, he gonna have to like do his thing because I already know what time I'm on. Because I like to make sure that he's good.
Gerald.
And I think it depends. Like for me, I've had issues with a man being like, dang, we got to get to the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Make me explode right now. And I'm like, okay, job well done.
Round of applause for Nora. Gerald, Chuck, us men.
Mm-hmm.
If she's not willing to do that, we shouldn't do it either, right?
Well, I'm kind of mixed on that, right?
Oh, explain that.
Because I'm like, no, I'm a giver.
Right.
So you allowed that first one. Hey, hey.
You get one for the team. You get one for the team.
Right. So now, you know, now we're in the car playing Throat Baby and all this, you know, we get little hints. Like, hey, you know, come in, boxes down, dig out, like, hey, what's up? Now, if you don't go now, that's off the table. You ain't got to worry about that no more.
Chuck. Look at Chuck. He thinking. Look at Chuck. Look at Chuck's face. Look at this.
Oh, I'm
Look
sorry.
at
I'm trying to find Nori on Instagram. My bad.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there, Chuck.
Hey, so Chuck, you heard the question.
Yeah, I heard. So, I mean, I just always go back to, you know, what I said in the beginning, like, we not even about to get that far if I ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not even about to get to the point for her to little bow wow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about to happen. So if she tells, if like the first 3 conversations, because I like to dig deep out the gate. Like, I really like to get into what's a female's love language and, you know, how they were brought up, like they upbringing. I don't really get too much into the zodiac signs and all that, but I really like to get into a female's mind and see how she thinks. So when we do touch on the sex portion, and if she just comes out and says, nah, I don't even do that. Yeah, I don't even do that. I mean, it's pretty much our last conversation. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because at this point in my life, I can't afford to waste no time. I'm 40 years old, man. I can't afford to waste no time. I ain't never been married. I'm trying my best to accomplish that. That's like the last goal I have to accomplish in life. I have everything else taken care of. House paid, kids, you know, my oldest out to college, my youngest, you know, he's straight, like cars paid off, credit score good, all that good stuff, career. It's time to find a wife. So I'm not playing no games, man. I'm not playing none whatsoever. Like, I don't even want to waste your time or mine, you know, because let's just be honest, the male to female ratio out there, you know, puts the odds in the man's favor because there's more women than men. You know what I'm saying? So but it also makes it harder for men because we have more options and more choices. Right. So in order for me to explore explore all the options out there, I gotta weed out the ones who just ain't about to, you know, fulfill me. Plus, I'm too old to be out here cheating, man. If I can't get it all from my wife, like, what's the point? Right. Like I really feel like just honestly, I shouldn't have to have more than one woman to be happy. Yeah. You know, now mistakes happen, accidents happen on both sides. I understand sometimes people cheat, sometimes people slip up, things happen. I get it. But I'm the type of person who truly believes that before I walk down the aisle, I don't even want cheating to be on my mind. Like, I don't even want it to be an option. I want to be able to look at the female I'm with and be like, you are everything I need. You are God sent. Like, this gonna be for life. I don't want to walk down the aisle and be like, sheesh, well, I'm gonna have to keep a little $40 on me in case I gotta run up. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's everything I want, except she don't get head. Give head. So I gotta keep a little 40 on me, you know, because I do know that old girl up the street who I, you know, used to fuck with or kind of sort of fuck with her. She work at the strip club, whatever. You know, I'm gonna have to add that into the budget, you know, because you know, because I mean, y'all laughing, but it has happened.
I get it. Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, the women are looking, you know, like you know, like, this nigga crazy, but that's how men think.
I get it. We are men. I get exactly what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying, bro.
I'll be like,
okay, I got somebody. I'm
Nika.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, go ahead, Nika, because you're gonna raise your hand a few times. Go ahead, Nika. Say what you're gonna say.
Well, I got somebody that's my friend. She hear everything he's saying. So she said, Chuck, she said, okay, you meet him off the back. She said, what if they really do it, but to not be judged or looked at a certain way. They say they don't do it. You don't get to know them, so then you don't make it there. And then she also said too, what if a person is doing it? Then okay, your wife, you get married, everything's all good, and she decides she don't want to do it anymore. What happens then?
Can I answer that? Can I go ahead, Chuck? Go ahead.
It don't matter somebody, but I just said him because
let me answer Chuck. Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna make it quick. So to answer the first question, if for some reason I ask her and she does not want to, be judged based on the fact that she does do it, that's a red flag right there. Especially at my age, at 40, you're not about to just come straight out and be like, yeah, I do the two hand, I do this, that. Now, if I was like 22, 23, I get it. But at 40, there would be no shame in your game, especially if you got kids. Especially if you got kids. There shouldn't be no shame. And
I agree with that.
If for some reason if I do get married and my wife stops, I think it would all be sort of dependent upon why she stopped. So if she stopped because she caught me cheating or there was something suspect, then I just got to eat that. I got to eat it. You know what I'm saying? That's on you, my nigga. You had her and she was the best thing ever and you fucked it up. So yeah, no, that's on you. Or if for some reason, like maybe it was something with her mouth or her teeth or, like there's certain things you just got to deal with. They come with life, but if she just woke up one morning and was like, yeah, I don't feel like doing it no more. I'm gonna go take $40 out the ATM. I'm gonna take $40 out the ATM because it's cheaper to keep. It's cheaper to keep. I ain't about to get no divorce over it, because if she's doing everything else and then that's the one thing that she falls off with or stops doing, I'm gonna just go get the 40 out the ATM and I'm gonna come home at night. Hey baby, I love you. How's your day? You doing all right?
Isn't it crazy? Hey, so Neka, I'm gonna piggyback off what he said to answer your question. I'm probably gonna say the same shit, but just in my words. Like, I agree with everything he go the thing, like as a man, right? I'm pretty sure Chuck and OG gonna agree with me. Like, we don't like to be played with. You follow what I'm saying? If you don't want to do me, I get that. But don't act like you don't do it at all. You follow what I'm saying? So, and again, it comes with the age thing. Again, we anywhere from 18 to 25 or whatever, and I get that. Same as he said. But like, we 40 years old, and you got kids or whatever. You don't have to tell me a lie that you don't do it because you think I'm gonna judge you. You didn't do it to me. You follow what I'm saying? But don't say that you don't do it. Because when I look at you in your face, I know you lying. You follow what I'm saying? Just straight up tell me, listen, I do it, but I'm not gonna lie. I gotta be comfortable with you. We ain't even gotta be married, but I gotta be in a relationship with you for X amount of time where I feel comfortable with sticking your dick in my mouth, knowing you're not fucking nobody else. I get that. But don't tell me you don't do it. Don't do that. That's a lie right there. You follow what I'm saying? And then to answer the other part of it, like, once we married or we in a long-term situation and you started out doing it and basically now that's a part of our bedroom activity and I didn't do nothing wrong, why the fuck would you stop? Like, now, like, again, when he said I cheated or whatever, I get that. You follow what I'm saying? I hope this girl can hear what I'm saying. You feel me? If I cheated, I did some suspect shit, and then you're like, I'm not gonna do that no more until we get back on this level. I get that. But if you just randomly stop, like, what legitimate?
She said it could just get boring. She said, what if it just get boring? So
you know what? Okay, well, cool. I'm glad you said that. Because we're getting boring. That's crazy. I got an interview tomorrow for my podcast with a marriage and sex therapist for my podcast tomorrow. And we're going to talk about things like that. You follow what I'm saying? But if it get boring, then it's time for us to go back to the drawing board and re-spice the sex life. You feel me? Because anybody who's been married for like, say like we all 35 to 40 years old. If I married you at 20 and 21, we've been together 20 years. So of course, things are going to get boring. Then we got to go back to the drawing board and see what can we do to excite the bedroom. That way I don't think about stepping out and you don't think about stepping out. You feel me? So if the oral sex becomes boring, it ain't gonna be boring to me because I like it. But if it's boring to you to start giving it, maybe that's what some porn need to get involved at, or some kind of little internet research, or this marriage sex therapist. I'm definitely interview tomorrow. Maybe we can go to her and be like, this is what's been going on. We've been together since 2001. We feel like our sex life is getting boring. She don't feel excited about giving me head anymore. What advice do you give us? You follow what I'm saying? But don't stop doing it. Tell me off the rip. hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie, Jamal. The oral sex thing it's not doing it for me anymore. Tell me that. You feel me? Because we've been together this long, you should be comfortable telling me anything. Tell me that. And then I can say, okay, is it something that I'm doing wrong? Are you not turned on by that anymore? But whatever it is, tell me exactly how you feeling. It's one-on-one, it's just us. We're not gonna tell nobody. This is our business. So tell me exactly how you feeling. We can go about fixing that. But don't just stop cold turkey with no legitimate excuse, especially if I didn't cheat. You feel what I'm saying? And the same with me. If I decide to stop doing you for whatever reason, ask me why. What are you doing wrong? What is it not turning me on anymore? Whatever, just talk about the shit. Don't just stop doing it with no excuse. That opens the door to go elsewhere. And that's what we're trying not to do. You follow what I'm saying? If we're in a relationship, we committed. Everything we do is our in-house business. You follow what I'm saying? So if there's anything wrong, talk about it. Talk about it. You feel me? Don't just stop doing that shit. What'd you say, Chuck?
That was what Nori said. You gotta have them uncomfortable conversations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Communication is the key.
Right.
If I'm doing something, I might not be licking it right no more. Tell me. Because if I think I'm doing it the same way, I'm gonna keep doing it the same way. Right. You're not sucking it right. If I keep letting you do it the same way, if I don't say nothing, you're gonna keep thinking you're doing good. Right. That's what I'm saying. So, like she said, that's them uncomfortable conversations you gotta have. Hey, look here, I don't like it when you bite on it. Don't bite on it no more. I done got older now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have them uncomfortable conversations. You don't have that. Like you say, open up doors to, like Chuck T said, get them $40 and go on down the street.
But that's what we don't want to do. I want you to do that to me. You feel me? So to prevent that, let's talk about it and boom. Now I want to come to you, TT, based on something Chuck said. And he was like, before I walk down the aisle, this woman got to be my everything and blah, 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 this and that. And I shouldn't have to go outside. I shouldn't have to take 40 out of the ATM. So I'm going to put y'all together, TT. You want a relationship and you everything he need, and he's everything you need. He come to you and say, the only thing, TT, is you don't do this. Now, you settle down with him. You know he's a good dude on every angle, on every aspect that you can check off, do the check marks on. Is it fair to sacrifice that? Like, okay, I don't do this. I've never done it before, but for you, I will, because you're my man.
Okay, let me say this.
Oh, here we go.
Let me know.
Let me go back to something. I'm gonna go back to something Chuck T said. He said, you said something about the reason why we not married or why we single and stuff like that is because we don't suck dick or whatever. Let me say something.
Those were my exact words.
Well, you know, around it. But let me tell you something. I've been engaged 3 times. I stopped it. Like that's just something I didn't want to go any further with. I've been proposed to by 2 other men that I turned down. Okay, so that would have been 5 engagements. I have no problem in that area. As Jamal know, I'm friends with a lot of males. Like I'd rather be around men any day than women because women are messy for the most part. Yeah. But I'm around men. A lot of my homeboys know that that's just something that I've never done. And it's because growing up, that kind of stuff in my household, that was like bad. Like talking about that kind of stuff with your parents and wanting to know, you know, that it was just what you don't do, you just don't do it. So then when I got in high school, everybody was talking about sex. Or they didn't talk about oral sex for real, but they just talked about sex. And boom, here I am trying like, what in the hell are they talking about? And I did it, came up pregnant, 15 years old, got a baby. So, you know, still oral sex was not really talked about and stuff like that. So, you know, when I started hearing about it a lot and stuff like that, I was like, I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to do that. So me being with a man and not giving oral sex has not been an issue for me because I know what I bring to the table and they know what I've brought to the table. So that has not been an issue for me at all being in relationships. I have 3 kids, ages 25, 21, and 19. It was never an issue for me. But like, as Jamal asked me a question, if I find a man that I can actually settle down with and stuff like that. Okay, so I may try it. I just may, but I've never had it. Yeah, I may try it, but as far as me doing, like, I've never had an issue in that area. I'm so open, like I'm so open and honest when I start talking to somebody or, you know, kicking it with somebody or anything like that, like they look at me like, oh my gosh, because I'm just that open. Like I'm very open and honest. I ask a lot of questions, and I have problems with men who don't like to have conversations. Like a lot of men feel like I don't want to talk about it, and you know, that kind of stuff. If you can't communicate with me and stuff like that, then that's an issue for me, because I'm a conversationalist. I want to talk. We're going to sit down and talk about this, that, and the third, or whatever. But that's always been me. But as far as me giving oral sex and stuff like that, that has never been an issue for me. And I've always let that be known off the top. And even my male friends that I came with, they know this stuff. And I can, like my DMs and my inbox and stuff on Facebook, I don't have an issue with that either. Like niggas know that I don't do that kind of stuff, but they still hit my inbox trying to get with me. But that's not something I'm interested in, but I'm just saying that has never been an issue for me. So
some men cool with taking 40 out the ATM, you know?
And they can do that too. Like, I mean, and I'm cool with being single. Like, I like being single. Like, I like it.
And that's all I was saying. That's all I was saying, TT. Like from a woman who's stern, I'm not doing that. When you finally meet him, like
I didn't say I wasn't stern on not doing it. I just, you know, but if somebody
so you flexible. You flexible.
Well, yeah, I would be, but like that's just something I'm not interested in right now. Like I'm not, like when I get with somebody and I know it's like solid for real, and that's the person that I'm gonna be with. Like once he proposed to me, put that ring on my finger, and I marry him, then it's a lot of stuff that I'm willing to try. Like, you know, whatever, you know, right. I'm open to it.
And that's kind of all we're saying as a man. Like once I narrow it down to you, and you narrow it down to me, at this point, why the fuck would you not do it? You think I'm gonna tell somebody? Like, why the fuck would you not do it?
Oh, I don't care nothing about. I got 3 kids. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care about nobody saying nothing about me. I've never cared about nobody saying anything about me. They can say what they want to say. I don't care. Because
I know that person, TC. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't, but yeah, I'm speaking in general. Nori, you smile. What you thinking, Nori?
No, I do think it goes back to the earlier conversation of there's this stigma that after you're married, things are just going to change. And all of a sudden you do things you wasn't going to do before, or he's doing things that he's never done before. And I just don't agree with that. I think how you are in the relationship, how you enter the relationship, that's what you want to marry. And that's what you fell in love with. That's what you like. That's what you enjoy. So if there are things that come up later and they are a benefit or an add to the relationship, then it's all good. But if it's things that you were doing before that hooked that person, that brought that person and drew them into you, and after you're married, you're not doing those things, that is problematic. And the reason I feel that way is because for me, now I've never been proposed to or anything like that. But I will say, whatever it is that we like about each other, that draw us in, that made us fall in love, all of those wonderful things, I want that to continue as we build a life together. I don't want anything to change unless there are circumstances beyond our control, or we make a decision together to make some life altering changes, you know, things of that nature. But other than that, I do want to be with a person, and I'm for growth and, you know, all of those things too. We are not going to be the same at 35, 37, 40 that we are at 50 and 60. Things change, people change, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Like, I'm here for growth, but I do think we have to be mindful of, once we're married, this was going to start happening. Because 9 times out of 10, you set in your ways and it's not going to happen. And you're going to go back and say, well, I was like this when you married me.
Exactly. Amen. Hallelujah.
Speak, Chuck.
Really, Chuck?
Speak, Chuck. Speak, Chuck.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's about time I hear a woman actually say that, because so many women who say, like, oh yeah, I mean, these are just my experiences and experience from a lot of the men I've heard. You know, like when it comes to things like, okay, let's just say a man likes a home cooked meal. I still believe that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And you gotta cook. Like a lot of women nowadays it's not that they can't cook, they just don't. It's different if you can't. Because if you're willing to learn, like we can go to Whole Foods cooking classes and I can teach you, we can Google recipes. But a lot of women just don't cook. And they always say, oh, I mean, I'm just not about to do that for any random man that I'm dating. Like we at least got to be, you know, in a relationship or this, that, and the other. But I mean, I know from my parents' era, like that was the first thing a woman used to do to bring a man in. Like, let me show him I can cook. And I always flip it on women. And I say, okay, so what if for some reason you break down on the side of the road and you call this man and oh, well, I mean, you ain't my girl. I ain't coming to change I ain't getting out my bed to come change no tire. You better call AAA. Y'all would probably, like, that would be our last time talking to him. You know, he would probably never get a call back, never get a text reply at all.
That's why you learn how to change your own tire.
I mean, no, I have a man. Now, if you don't have no man, you're supposed to know how to change your own tire. The same way I know how to cook. My mama taught me and my 3 brothers how to cook. She said, I don't want dependent upon no woman. You need to know how to do these things. Right. But if I have a woman and there's just certain things, I believe in gender roles. I'm sorry. I know that's a popular thing now. But I genuinely believe that if we get together, we supposed to be able to take the load off each other. So yeah, don't touch the car. My dad told me that a long time ago. A woman is always going to fuck a car up. You need to know how to make that she does not fuck her car up. Women put gas in the car and go. They may get an oil change, but then if they do, it's few and far between. They're not going to clean their car out. You got to clean their car out for them. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to make sure that the tires are inflated to the right PSI. That's something a man is going to have to do. I mean, women sometimes do it. There's an exception to every rule. But for the most part, my dad taught me it's something you're going to have to do, bro. You have to do it. So the same way my mama used to tell my dad, you know, don't come in my kitchen. This is my kitchen. Leave, move. I got it. It's the same way when something went wrong with the car. My mom used to come in and be like, the car making a sound. Can you go look at it? It could be something simple. But that was their roles. That's what they knew how to do. You know, like that was your specialty. I'm not like my mom used to say, I'm not marrying no man who don't know how to at least fix a leaky faucet. And my dad used to be the same way. I'm not marrying no woman who can't cook. You know what I'm saying? If I'm because my dad was in the military, my mom was a teacher. So my dad was out to sea a lot, you know, but then when he came home, it was just one of those situations where my mama was like, okay, get to work. Get to work. You know what I'm saying? Get to work. My dad used to say the same thing. Eating this nasty ass food for the last 6 months. Where my home cooked meal at? You know, so I have adopted a lot of those same characteristics and traits. So I just feel like it's refreshing to hear a woman say, look, you putting yourself in a trick bag if you feel like somebody is going to change once you marry them. Because I typically hear that from women. I'm not doing this until I get married. I'm not doing that until I get engaged. And for the most part, you know, that's why a lot of marriages fail, because a lot of men are led to believe that things are going to change, and women too. A lot of women are led to believe that things are going to change, and then they don't change, and then everybody looking at each other stupid. And, you know, you got black men hating black women hating black men because of all this stuff that we were told was going to happen that never happened, you know?
TT, reply to that, because you was making some frowning ass face while he was talking.
Well, I'm just saying, like, okay, gender roles are okay or whatever, but when I was in a relationship, when I was with my kids' dad, like when he would get out there, I know how to change a tire, I know how to change oil, I know how to do all that. Because when he would get out there and look at the car and do kind of stuff, I'm like, well, I want to learn how to do this stuff too. I just always been that type of person. Like, if something going on in my house, you know, he up under the sink, I'm up under the sink too. That kind of stuff. Like, I've always done that. Like, I don't just put gas in my car and keep it moving. Like, I clean my car out. I don't like no nasty car. I'm telling you, I used to get on my kids all the time. I'm like, y'all disrespectful little humans. Y'all gonna walk if y'all gonna keep on messing up my car. That kind of stuff. Like, my car is clean. I get my car washed. I get my oil changes. When I was in a relationship, I would just go get my oil changes. I knew it was time. And it became an argument because I just went, but I'm like, I just went and got my oil change. Like, it's let me just, if the oil light come on or my light come on telling me it's time to go get my oil change, and I'm just gonna go and get my oil change. That kind of stuff. Like, but I do that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, I'm just super independent in a lot of ways. And I just can't help that. Like I can't help it. But
You
I
know
mean, I'm
what,
gonna let you do
TT?
your thing, but I'm gonna do my thing too.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, TT, but I guess what you're saying, like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with learning on your own. It's cool for times like this, like when you come up single. But there's nothing wrong with that. What he's saying is like, if that's
Even when I
our
was in a
role,
relationship though.
but I'm
Like,
saying if that's our role, let us do that for you. Let us do that.
Exactly. I
Just let
feel
us do
like
that.
I feel like you need to let a man be a man and let a woman be a woman. Now, gender roles do change. Because I got a homeboy who's a chef, and he cooks all the time. His wife doesn't cook. You know what I'm saying? Well, she does, but I mean, everybody in the household knows daddy know what he's doing. But his wife makes up for it in other ways. So I do feel like specific set traditional gender roles, it can always be flexed. But if we're in a relationship, your job is to take the role off. I mean, to take the load off me, and my job is to take the load off you. Like that. That's the point. Two heads are better than one. So if I get in a relationship, I still gotta do everything myself. I'm gonna just pay my $40. Why I gotta put up with the headache?
you and this $40. Let me give you my cash out so I can get these $40 that you want to give away so bad. Let me give you my cash out.
No, don't take our cash up, Chuck, because the $40 you're trying to spend, she don't do that. You feel
Exactly.
I mean, he want to give it away so bad. He want to
But
get $40 away so bad. I'm gonna take it.
So no, but I mean, my thing is this though. I get what you're saying. You should know how to do it. Like, I'm single. I know how to cook. I clean my own house. I do all this other stuff on myself, by myself, and for myself. That should be, or traditionally is a woman's role, But when I get in a relationship, I don't want to have to do this stuff no more. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, two heads better than one. We supposed to take the load off each other. So even if, quote unquote, the traditional gender roles aren't there, we gonna have household roles that we gonna split between each other. Otherwise, like I said, I'll just pay my $40.
Ask you this: would it be an issue if she want to help? Like if she want to learn and help, would that be an issue for you?
As she should, because God forbid something happened to me and my wife can't step up. God forbid. We don't need the whole ship sinking because I'm selfish and I'm like, no, it's my job. Only I should know how to do it. Like, I've been in so many situations where things have happened and the female in my life or in some of my homies' lives or my brother's lives had no idea what to do because they handled it all. Like I've seen it with older couples when the man dies.
Oh yeah.
No idea what certain things are.
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times, and I've seen it with men as well. Oh, my wife handled the bank accounts. My wife handled this. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where to look for it. My wife handled all that. I just went to work and made the money, and she took care of everything else. I don't even know where the insurance policies. I don't know where she keeps. So I've seen it on both sides. I have definitely seen it. And like I said, my dad was in the military, so he would be gone for 6 months. So there was no such thing as mama not knowing how to do certain things.
Yeah, that's the only point I was trying to make. Because I want to learn everything like I do. So something, that's the point I was trying to make.
No, you're 150% correct. You should definitely know. But like I said, when dad got off that ship, mama wasn't touching a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? You go look, the sink is leaking. You need to fix that. My car was making a noise last week. Check it out for me. It was done. You know what I'm saying? It was done. She wasn't touching it. Same thing with my dad. Hey, you know what I like to eat. Go ahead and whip that thing up. It was just, that's the life that I'm used to. And I realize a lot of people don't come from 2-parent homes, so they don't see that dynamic. And that's what I've learned, just out here dating. Is like, when you dealing with people who are used to a certain way of life, they grew up a certain way, a certain upbringing. A lot of people feel like a person's upbringing isn't important, but I have learned the hard way. A person's upbringing is extremely important. Now, people can change. Not everybody's environment, walks with them forever. But for the most part, yeah, you got to look at that home life.
Right. We got 1 minute left, y'all. So within 1 minute. So closing sentence. Everybody, make it quick. Nori, give me a closing statement on this topic. Just one quick statement.
You really have to do what adds to your happiness. Nobody can make you happy, but people can absolutely benefit your life and add to your happiness.
Neka, closing topic, please. Closing sentence.
Do what you enjoy, no matter if somebody disagrees with it.
OG, closing sentence.
My closing sentence is oral sex is a must.
Salute. TT, closing sentence, TT.
Just do what works best for you.
Chuck.
She gotta have that Gok 3000 twister wizard with the spit dripping down my balls, yada yada. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's a must. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Live your life however you choose, though.
Again, that was an edition of Table Talk with MTP. Thank all my guests for tuning in. Go to my Instagram page and Twitter. Follow me at @MallThePimp. Go to my website, www.mallthepimp.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Pimpoholic TV. And it's been love and it's been nice. It's been cool. All respect. Holla. Yeah. For shizzle.